Hey, y'all, listen. Happy Thursday, okay? It's Thursday. I hope y'all having a good week so far. I've been enjoying my week, but it's Trending Topics Thursday. Yeah, and we got to get into it. What is this Trending Topics called? All about the Benjamins. Y'all know what the Benjamins is? Come on, Raheem, tell the people, don't cheat the diva. Don't cheat the diva. Hit the like button, people. Hit the like button. Don't cheat the diva. Listen, this is all about the Benjamins. It's about finances. It's about money. You know, we can't do nothing without money. You can't go to Starbucks. You can't buy food for your house. You can't keep the lights on in your house. You can't watch any streaming service. You need money. Want to go buy a shoe, a sneaker? You need some money. You need money. This is all about the Benjamins. Now, Gayle King, she sits and tells her story. How one time she was dating this guy for 2 months. And he needed some money. He needed $4,000. He said he had to pay child support, rent, food, furniture. I don't know what that man had to pay. But I would have never found out if it was me. You asking me for $4,000? Have you lost your mind? I'm not lending no man money. Get a job, get a second job, get a third job. I don't know. Do what you got to do. What you look like a grown man looking at me for some money. It's all about the Benjamins. Then we got these actors. What is going on with the actors and the actresses? What's going on? Come on now, do some overtime. Do some overtime at your job. I don't know, but do something. But don't you know you cannot get no money from me? What's going on with the acting world? Why do they feel they're entitled? Why do they feel that people, they should get paid, but the people that work for them can't get paid and can't get no breaks? You know, they messy. They messy. Taraji was crying about driving herself, not getting paid. The trailer wasn't right. Now we got this other couple. They acting. They decided to go on vacation. They got the kids. So they had their baby with them. So they needed a overnight, out of town nanny, whatever they put in the ad. They needed a nanny. The nanny said she had to work 24/7 with no breaks. The baby was always on her hip like she gave birth to the baby. And they wanted to give her $500 a day with no breaks, nothing. And then even when she did finally get a break, they called her and said, we need you. So now she's suing. On day one of me being a travel nanny, and you tell me, first of all, I would have got it clear before I went to work. What did $500 for how many hours? I'm not watching your little pumpkin all day, 24 hours, and I can't pee, I can't drink, I can't nothing. Have you lost your mind? I'm not doing that. No, I'm not. She said she couldn't get a break. The baby was always with her. And then she said on the plane, they wanted their baby to sit on her lap while they somewhere chilling. It's all about the Benjamins. We're going to talk about it. Then we're going to talk about this young guy. He was being a fake funeral director, robbing the people at one of their most vulnerable times in their life. Yeah. He was robbing them. He was robbing them out of their insurance money and all of that. And on top of that, he wasn't embalming the people. Some of these people said they got ashes and don't even know if it's really their family member or not. That first of all, nobody's walking up to me randomly talking about I'm a funeral director. Now I'm gonna look and find me a funeral home that has been established and has been there for years. Not putting my loved one in the hands of some perfect stranger that got a suit on talking about he a funeral director. The mother said her baby wasn't even embalmed. Her son wasn't even embalmed correctly. When she went to the church, she said she had to run out the church because the smell was so bad. All about the Benjamins. People will do anything for money. Yes, people are evil. That's just evil. 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 People will do anything for money but work. Now, I ain't saying be like me, y'all, because I told y'all I'm going to be 90 still working. So I'm not saying be like me. I don't have all the answers. But I tell you what, though, I worked. I've been honest my whole life, and I worked. And then sometimes I had to work 3 jobs. But I wasn't out here busting nobody over the head and stealing their purse. I wasn't in the Walmart or the Target stealing. No, I went to work. And I got my checks, and I put them together, and I paid who I owed. It's all about the Benjamins. Make your money honestly. Come on, brown eyes. Come on, holler to the people that work. Yeah, we do an honest living. We're working. Pay my bills. I'm not out here begging for bread from somebody. Now, if I was in that position, then I'll do what I have to do. But if God gave me hands, my feet, I can still see. Maybe I need the glasses, but I can still see. Then I'm going to work. It's all about the Benjamins. And working is not scamming people, stealing from people, scamming the government, scamming the system. And if you want to scam somebody, you're going to scam the people who lost their loved one. Shame on you. But listen, guys, it's Thursday. It's Trending Topics Thursday. And it's all about the Benjamins. Come on now, Tay, work hard. Don't be out here stealing people money, and be grateful and thankful. Yes, be grateful. Grateful to all the jobs I had, to all the people that helped me at all the jobs I worked at. And I had a lot of good bosses in my time, and thank you to all of them. Raheem, there's integrity in making your own. I hate a thief. And this one that played to be a funeral director, he needs to get locked up underneath the jail. Come on now, Forever 21, come on. Work for your money. Stop scamming people, stealing from people, and begging from people. You can see just like I do. Got hands, you got feet, got legs, and you won't work. You rather sit around talking about woe is me. Go make the money. Use the brain that you was given. Yeah, easy money is never good. Come on now. But he going to learn when he get up behind them bars. You don't know what I need in the chat. I need a what? I need a choo-choo. All aboard, everybody. It is Thursday night Trending Topics, and y'all here with the diva. If y'all came to hang with me, I'm going to call you the passengers. If you want to get on this train, hit the like button. Purchase your ticket. Hit the like button. Now, I need to bring the people in the building because we got stuff to talk about, okay? Let me bring the people on in. Hey, in my opinion.
Hey, diva. Choo-choo.
Choo-choo. Hey, Shan. Hey, Felicia.
Choo-choo.
Come on. Hey, E. Hey, Katrina. Hey, Wayne. Hey, Shay. Hey, Julius. Come on now. We're in the building. Now, listen. We're on the train. Choo-choo. Listen, we're about to take this train ride, and we're going to start off with Gayle King. Gayle King, Oprah's bestie. Gayle King got to talking. Listen, how to all the single people out there? I know it's rough. Yeah, it's a little rough out there for the single people. If you looking, because you know the man see you got some water in your house and a piece of chicken, and next thing they know, they want to come and live with you. No, you ain't living in my house. Get out of here. But let me get back. Let me focus. Okay, let me focus. Gayle says she dated a man once, 2 months. And this man said, I need to have a conversation with you. I need to talk to you. That's the telltale sign right there that something ain't going to go right. What you guys, we only 2 months in. What you got to talk to me about? That's so serious. He had to talk to her. He needed to borrow $4,000, and she gave it to him. She better than me. I'll tell you that right now. But we're gonna get into this. Let's get into this right here. Okay. So Gayle King dumped the guy after he asked to borrow $4K for child support. An open response was brutal. Her love doesn't cost a thing, but if you ask her for a loan, it might cost you more than you bargained for. When it comes to dating, Gayle King is like most single gals looking for love. She is often disappointed. The star of the CBS Morning recently sat down for an interview at the Pivot Cast podcast and discussed her dating life with host Ryan Clark. The 69-year-old, who has not been in a significant public relationship since her divorce in 1993 from Bill Bumpus, a Connecticut assistant attorney general, stated that her level of success and fame have often hurt her chances of finding a suitable match. Ain't that something? What's difficult is that people say, "Oh, you're so intimidated," she shared. Somebody said to me once, "Gail, look at your shoes, look at your bag, look at your coat. You're friends with Oprah." A guy looks at that and says, "I can't compete with that." But my thing is, it's not a matter of competing. I'm not looking for someone to compete. That's a bestie. They look like they could be sisters, right? You want somebody who has a sense of humor, who's very secure, she added, who's not intimidated by whatever all of this is, that just sees you for you. King, who shares 2 children with her ex, a daughter Kirby and a son William Jr., is still on the prowl and shared what caused her to kick her last beau to the curb. She said, "I went on a date. I was really excited, very excited about it," she said. "We done going out about maybe 2 months. 2 months. 2 months, and you got the nerve to be coming to me talking about a loan? 2 months." And then he said he really needed to talk to me. He wanted to have a private conversation, he said, "Do you think you can lend me $4,000? I'm like, "Oh, God. Come on, Gail." Like, oh, my goodness. When Oprah learned of the request, her response to her best friend of decades was quite epic. You know what Oprah said? "God, I would have felt better if he would have said 40,000, King explained. I was so crushed because he was somebody who was making, 6 figures successful. And when I said, what could I ask? What could I ask what it's for? He said, yeah, it's for child support issue." A child support issue? And to pay a payment on some furniture. And I said to myself, oh God, this is just getting worse. While King did loan the money to the guy, the thrill was gone and the relationship didn't last much longer because she didn't feel the same afterward. So in the answer to your question, is it difficult to date? The note to yourself, inspiring words from inspiring people, author said, yes, I think so. King still has hope that she'll find her soulmate one day and shared her dating preferences on the podcast. "I am really attracted to men of color. I just am. I love how a black man says MFer and baby. That's something about the way a black man says it. I'm attracted to that. They got to have something else too, though," she shared. "What is really most attractive to me is a sense of humor, kindness. You always get me with kindness. I like to see how they interact with people," she added. "Somebody you could take to the White House in the backyard barbecue who fits in with both and is comfortable in their own skin. Intelligence really matters to me. Proper grammar really matters to me. And somebody who can make me laugh." She forgot to add somebody that got money. If the man that borrowed $4K turned you off, money should be in that list. Keen also explained that while her ex-husband did have many of those qualities she was looking for, he was a cheater. He was a great husband, she told the podcast panel. He had a problem with being, just with her. Never good in a marriage. Infidelity, just throwing it out there. Never good. Cheater, pumpkin eaters are never good. Well, she got standards. After all that happened to her, though, she forgot to say that I need a man that got some cash. Yeah, she's a sugar mama. In my opinion, your thoughts?
Well, she a real dummy. I don't know nobody out here that's finna pay somebody else the child support. I ain't lay down and had a baby. Why am I paying your child support? You supposed to be able to take care of your own kids. The Bible says if a man don't work, he don't eat. So that man need to go to work.
He need to go to work. But I tell you what though, you ain't getting no, not my cash. I'm not writing you no check, cashier's check. I'm not going to try to get it out the ATM. Come on now. Yeah, we ain't doing that. Shan, you up?
Listen, we living in the dusty apocalypse, okay? If you don't know what a dusty is, look it up. That is crazy to me because the audacity. It's like where I'm from, we have a lot of pride and a lot of shame. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like for you to think you could just ask somebody for $4,000 when you're capable and for your child support, it's the lack of shame, the lack of manners.
Mm-hmm.
It's just shocking to me. But the world is upside down because the men think they're the prize. The men think they're the special one and they got to be courted and all this. So it's an apocalypse. It's a shame. I'm surprised she asked what for because I'm sorry, but no.
And she claims that he said he would pay her back the next week, and he gave it right back. I'm calling lies on that. I don't know nobody where you don't have $4,000 today. If you loan it to me today, I'm gonna give it back to you next Thursday. Just tell everybody you owe. Give me 7 more days, and I'll give you the money. Like, stop.
Right. And then, right, ask for an extension. What about your emergency fund? You're a grown man. You need to have an emergency fund. Google Dave Ramsey. He could educate you. Like, I don't understand that. And then it's Gail. It's like, I'm glad she told the people, but I feel like a lot of this is going on where the men have no shame.
Yeah,
Some of them.
they know.
Some of them. So I'm shook. I'm sorry. He could go get some OT, another job, something. Figure out a way. That's how it's supposed to be. Like we figure out a way until we can't figure out a way anymore. And if it was like a medical emergency or something, then maybe I could understand. But your child support,
Child,
unacceptable.
child. Listen. I cannot. I cannot. Okay. Um. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. The kid. He know what time I do this show. I love him though. All right. All right, y'all. Okay. Thank you, Shan. I appreciate you. Vanessa said, Diva, you don't think she paid him back? He paid her back? No, I do not. No, I do not. No. Mm-mm. No. Do you know anybody that they borrow money from you today? They borrow money from you today and they could give it back to you next Thursday? That amount of money? I never seen it. And if he behind on his child support, all right. Tay, you up?
I'll say, no, I'm not giving you my money. I'm not help you pay your child support. Why are you lazy to not to get a job? No, you ain't give my money, my my hard work money. No, I'm not giving you nothing. I'm gonna kick you out and you live homeless. No, you ain't gonna live in my house. You ain't gonna eat all my food. You ain't gonna eat all my drinks that I buy. I work hard. No, you ain't live with me. You got to go outside to get a job, like Craig Dad said from the Friday. Job, get a job.
Get a job. Get a job. And listen, he knew her for 2 months. 2 months. I would be mortified. Mortified. I'm definitely not giving you my money. I don't known you for 2 months. A year, I don't even know. I might. I'll get you sign a contract. Sign a contract. Julius, you're up.
He better go ask the church or um any kind of like social service, but Not Thai. No, sir. Mm-mm. We still just getting to know each other and everything else. We still getting to know what makes each other tick and everything else. Like, mm-mm. No, so you better go to the church. You better go down to the Social Security office or the welfare or
Your
whatever
mama
else.
house.
Mm-mm. Not I. Miss me with the foolery. Bye.
Saske, we need him to call in.
Yes, we need some men.
We need him to call in. Because I'm sure he's saying that no man should be asking a female for no money. No darn $4,000. You done lost your mind. You done lost your natural mind. All right, I'm sorry. Okay, Gail better open up her choices as she's going to be stuck like Chuck. Oh my goodness. Listen,
Hey,
sounds like
Diva, Gail better tell him to call Tyrone.
you better call Ty after she pay his phone bill. You're up.
The problem I see is that so many women feel that we have to be tied to some black man. Oh, I like the way black men say baby and all. Baby, please go on YouTube. They have the ASMR where you can just listen to men, to having conversations with you or sleeping with you just to get through the night. If you just want a black man's voice, black men sell their voice. They have it on OnlyFans and YouTube. I mean, we are not going to keep enabling, like Shan said, this dusty and sassy apocalypse of these grown behind beings who are supposed to be the superior race, who lack all the emotional intelligence and wherewithal to take care of their children. A lot of these men are incapable of love. And how do we know this? They don't even respect and love their own mothers. So I can definitely believe that they don't take care of their own damn children. But you said after 2 months, he needed $4,000 for child support. Well, how long haven't you been paying then? That's wild to me, because you have the nerve, and I'm really mad at Gail, because you have the nerve to get on air and speak about this in the atmosphere. No woman needs to hear that Gayle King, who is a successful black woman, is paying for a successful black man's child support, because what people will end up doing is taking this example and saying, well, if Gail did it and she has all this money and she's connected to Oprah, what chance do I have? Nobody needs that depressing magic in the atmosphere. There are only 3 reasons why a man who is making 6 figures is $4,000 behind. One, he is living above his means, because there are a lot of people who make a lot of money, but they're still living paycheck to paycheck. Even if they're bringing in $100,000 a month, there are some people who really spend $100,000 a month. The second thing is he doesn't want to pay it. And it's an ego thing. My father was kind of like that, where the woman he married would pay my child support, but my father went to work. My father had been working on the same job for, I think, 40 years, and then he retired. So it's not like he didn't have the money. He just didn't want to pay it. And there are some women like that who says, I'll pay the child support for whatever the reason. There's some women who will go for that. But
Mhm.
I'm always willing to bet is probably number 3. It's the combination of 1 and 2. A man who is overextending himself financially, and he doesn't want to pay it either. So even if he had the money, he still wouldn't want to pay it. And I've said it here before. Men do not like paying child support unless they are still sexually involved with the mother. Period. It's a lot of men like that. And a lot of men treat the mothers of their children, a lot of men treat their children the same way they treat the mothers of their children. And because a lot of men are incapable of love, that's just a hard fact. And if it wasn't a fact, then our enforcement officers wouldn't be so busy. But last thing, the other thing in this, I mentioned last night that I want more women to come up off of these traditional dating practices in 2024. Gail is talking about meeting her soulmate. And I get that. I understand that, we all have dreams, but the closest thing that a lot of us are going to get to a soulmate is choosing someone who doesn't aggravate the hell out of us 24/7. A lot of us will never meet a true romantic soulmate like in the movies or like we've been conditioned is out there waiting for us. And the reason that that is highly unlikely once we reach certain ages because men have free will. And just like Shan said, men think they are the prize nowadays. Okay, they're narcissistic to the 10th power. Men think they need to be spoiled, and a lot of men think they are better than women, especially if you have a child. So much so, these men make everything superior in our spiritual textbooks. Every higher spiritual being is male identified, and women are conditioned to worship and pray to male figures. So when Gail is saying that she paid $4,000, I understand that Gail was a fool, and she should have kept her foolish stories to herself.
Dr. Love.
It's not funny, but it is funny. Oh, Lord
Not
knows
her foolish stories.
I need to get over this cold. I would take it to a whole nother level.
Okay.
I did not even believe this story. I'm like, Gail, why is you on this TV talking about you to went on some date and gave somebody $4,000 for child support and something else she named for the car broke down? Why is you telling this story? Are you tired of the people saying that you're gay? Like, I don't believe she did this. I don't believe she did it. I don't believe she went on a date. And I would say, even if she did, okay, I
Mhm.
would say, even if she did, that guy was testing her. That guy was testing her like, let me start with 4,000.
Oh,
Cause next, and I'm gonna go and give it back. If the guy gave the money back, if all this stuff is true, and he gave that money back that Thursday, to say, okay, now next month, I'm gonna need 10,000.
mhm.
So either she was being tested, or it's just hard for me to even believe the story itself, or it was my other philosophy about it, or she tried to get out in front of it because she said she wrote the man a check and she didn't want the guy to get on here and put her on Front Street, or just have a story. So but I just, it's hard for me to believe this story, but okay, that's it.
I was thinking the same exact thing that she was using on the guy as her beard. I don't know, but Felicia, you're up.
Oh my goodness, this been some night.
Uh-huh.
Trash in, trash out.
Mhm.
All right, Felicia, tell them.
And I'm like, okay now. So I ain't been here for a minute. And here we go. So good evening, everyone. First of all, I'm gonna put it out there straight up. Gail King is one of my favorite girls. Yes, I do. Hardworking woman, smart, beautiful, incredible mother.
Okay, now.
What a wonderful friend. A wonderful, loving, supportive friend. You know, I appreciated her interview, and I
Hmm.
want to personally thank her for sharing her story, her
Oh,
experience.
okay.
I'm quite confident. I don't know how many people in this chat right now. How many folks in this chat? Let me take a peek.
A lot.
217. I'm
Mhm.
gonna I'm gonna throw out a percentage. Yep. I'm gonna say 85%, including me, have been asked for money by a would-be broke, dusty boyfriend.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
But
Come on now, come on.
I'm gonna guess that for someone like myself, I never thought
Hmm.
that when you are a multi-millionaire, that you are still dealing with all of this trash out here on the gutter ground level. So
Hmm.
I'm thanking her for telling her story. Because no matter how successful it seems you're going to be, or you are,
Hmm.
you're going to have some broke, homeless, some
Oh,
guy who's renting furniture. Is that what he was doing? Renting because he had to pay for furniture. So I'm thinking he was like, what they call that place where you rent?
Renaissance. Renaissance.
He was at a
Right.
rental center.
Mhm.
And they said, we're going to come get your furniture tomorrow
My goodness.
if you don't make this payment.
Mm.
God, it's really hard out here being a single chick. It is tough.
Mm-mm.
Her children are grown,
Uh-huh.
successful, happy, doing what they got to do. She's living her best life. Where has she not been? What has she not done? Here in the point of her life where most people are sitting home somewhere trying to figure out if they're going to get their prescription filled, she is out here doing this thing and doing it great. And still, she can't come across someone who can appreciate her for who she is. And like you said, Diva, she didn't say that she needed a man that got some cash, got liquidity. So maybe next time she puts in her request, she throws that in. You know, Father, look, I'm not looking for somebody who sleeps on the floor if they ain't paying the rent of people. And I'm not looking for somebody who still has children that they claim they cannot take care of.
Woo, woo, woo.
Because that's a good
date.
Yeah.
You
can't go on a date with a man can't pay child support. There's no righteousness in that.
Mm-mm.
And let's be very clear. We know she eats at the best places.
Yes,
she's not running into no Mickey D's, Applebee's, Dallas BP. No, she's not.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't even afford to take me out every now and then because you still have children you have to feed.
Yeah. Whew.
So I have to disagree with her. There was nothing successful about that man.
At that part.
Failing his children, failing financially, and he failed to even be a good boyfriend. I'm done.
He got an F all the way around.
Tell about it, Felicia.
He got an F all the way around. He got an F. He failed the relationship. He failed as a parent. Go ahead now.
And failed as being a good boyfriend. A boyfriend is just supposed to be someone that goes out with you every now and then.
He failed in life.
Oops. Wow. Okay.
He ain't even got a savings account. Now, a 20-year-old walking around here with a savings account. Come on now.
There is no savings account when you're renting furniture.
Oh my gosh. Ooh, child.
I didn't even think Rental Center was alive no more.
No, they still got the Rental Center.
Oh, do they?
And yeah, and listen, you rent to own. By the time you finish paying the TV, you pay $3,000 for the $200 TV. Listen.
They should have had layaway.
Listen, 48 TCO. Thank you so much for the super chat. It's a thirst chat. Gail's DMs on fire. Oh, you think her DMs are on fire?
That's true. That's so true.
How do we know?
If they weren't before, they is now. They like Gail like a good man.
Maybe they on fire now because they like, oh, Gail lending money.
Yep.
See, I want to told that story.
Or they like Gail looking for a man. They like, oh, Gail looking for somebody. I'm the one.
I'm the one. Oh, when next time her and Oprah go on that trip, I'm gonna be right next to her. Doing that private jet.
That's Stedman. Don't forget Stedman.
It's Stedman. Child. No, we not. You can't even take me to go get no ice cream, and you gotta have a private.
Y'all know Stedman.
After 2 months. No private talk with me after 2 months. I'm embarrassed to ask you. Well, you should be, and the answer is no. Well, who am I up to? Did I skip you, Julius?
I went already.
I appreciate you. Dustin, you're in the building. How you doing?
Not very good, but I'm just here for support tonight. I'm not doing very good. I had a rough day today, so I'm just here for support. And I just want to say that I don't support Gayle King, and she's gonna have to get some help.
I appreciate.
I don't like what she's doing. So that's all I'm gonna say to that, David.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Katrina, you're in the building. What are your thoughts?
My thoughts is, if you're gonna loan somebody something and you're not loaning it from your heart, why do it? And then you say you feel bad about it. If you don't want to give them the money, just say, I can't give you this money because I wouldn't feel right about that situation. And another thing, when she like I said, when she did it, then you feel bad. I would feel bad writing a check. Why am I writing a check for this man for $4,000 for child support and furniture? So therefore, the 8-figure job that he said he had, 6-figure, how many figures he said he had, he must be lying. Cause I don't see nothing in your house because you renting the furniture. So what you paying your money on? And another thing, when the person that she described that she wanted to be with sound like her best friend Oprah. But anyway, I digress. Um, uh, I'm just saying, I wouldn't have did it. I'm sorry. I just know you for 2 months and you can't take care of your kids, baby. Ain't no way you can take care of me. I'm a multi-millionaire, so how you gonna take care of me? Not that I even want you for your money, because I got my own. But the situation is, you looking for a cake mama, and I'm not that. So I'm not trying to be harsh. I'm not trying to be mean to you, but I work too hard to get the money that I have. I don't take care of men. I took care of my kids. That was my priority, not no other man. And that's all I got to say.
I appreciate you. Let me just throw this out there before we move on. Does anybody out there have a bestie? Or maybe a couple of best friends?
Yes.
The thing is, sometimes when I go places, me and my best friend, I'm darn near on her hip.
I
And
do, Diva. I got one.
come on
I
now.
got one. So,
And
yeah,
ain't nothing
I
going
got
on.
one.
Best friends are a blessing.
Yes, they are. Come on,
They
Felicia.
are a gift.
Yes.
And it seems like a lot of young people, particularly, don't really have a best friend. So it's odd to them
I
when
do.
they see people. I said some.
So
It's
true.
odd for some to see best friends who have no sexual connection.
Come on now.
But I think because collectively, the Black community is so obsessed with sexual activity and proclivities and things of that nature that's what they see first.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate because I have been blessed with best friends.
Yeah.
And they've been my best friends for a very long time.
Come on, talk to the people.
So it's troubling to me because I'm wondering if they're sleeping with their so-called besties all the time. And the way they move amongst having friends, well, how many friends you gonna sleep with before you leave this earth? I don't get it.
Yeah.
But it must be a different culture. You gotta
No,
have
I'm not saying
somebody.
that she can't have a best friend. I'm just saying the person that she talked about sounds just like her best friend. Maybe that's what she looking for in a man.
But you know
The
what,
things
Katrina,
that she
I
said,
didn't
it
mean
sound.
I didn't mean just you. So when we talk
Oh,
about
okay.
this, we don't mean anybody in particular.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, listen, there's been people for years saying her and Oprah are sleeping together. I'm just throwing out there that does anybody have a bestie that they darn near be all over all the time, but y'all ain't never do nothing together? It's just your BFF. That's it. It ain't nothing sexual, nothing's going on. Cause I got several. And one day we was in the restaurant, the people swore we was together. No, that's my girlfriend, that's my boo. We get down like that, but we ain't never sleep together, we never will.
But see, I got what Felicia was saying, and I agree. When I was talking earlier and I mentioned let's reimagine what love looks like in soulmates, what Felicia is describing, those types of best friends who you go through everything with and up and down, and those relationships that have longevity, to me, those are your soulmates. You get what I'm saying?
Oh, I do. And I also know that those are the people who really, really stand with you when
Yes.
you are transitioning through life,
Yes.
particularly women. We come in as young girls with a whole bunch of promises and dreams. And if we choose to have children, then we become mothers who are still considered daughters. And then we have to deal with a relationship, whether it's a marriage or a partnership that more than likely is going to break. And then you still have to go to work.
Yes.
And it's that support that keeps you going through. The people who love you when you're at your ugliest, when you're at the bottom, that tell you, you can do this. We're going to stand with you.
You're going to survive.
Yeah, you're going to make it because I made it. Been
That
that
part.
road, walk that path. I'm
That's
standing with you.
Uh-huh.
So I'm really thrown. And personally, I know for a fact that Oprah has written big checks to her best friend.
Yes, she
So
has.
so she ain't lacking in no money. It's not like you can say, well, she did because she get money. No, no, no. She's worked hard. She's made her money. She's doing her thing.
Yeah,
I think we need to go back to what Shan said. Let's call out these shameless dusties who keep asking y'all for money.
that part.
And they ain't delivering nothing but coming to ask you to pay the cell phone, the car note, the child support for the new sneakers, because they don't mean you any good. If you
That
find one or two friends, regardless of gender, who love you unconditionally, well,
uh-huh.
you've been gifted and
Gift.
you are blessed.
You
Yeah.
better talk about it. And you know what, Jay? I hate that this has happened to you, but I do know a lot of women that it has happened to. She said, no, women tend to be kind of mean to me. And I'm going to pray. Because you know what, too? You can find a best friend at any age. Yeah, you can.
Yeah, you can.
You really
So
can.
true.
You
So
can
true.
find a best friend at any age. And I'm just saying that, you know what? I do wish, and I'm not talking about anybody in the panel, I'm talking in general here. I wish we all get away with, if two men are close, then something got to be going on sexually. If two females are close, then something got to be going on sexually. It doesn't mean that. You can simply just be besties. That's it.
And they
And
like each other.
love each other. Come on now.
Really.
You know what though? I will say this. I truly do feel Gail has never showed. Listen, I don't know these people personally, but in my opinion, has never showed an ounce of jealousy against Oprah. Now that's a friend.
That's a friend. And you know what? She could have wrote the All Tale book and been paid huge millions of dollars from
Uh-huh.
all the stuff she knows. She know every secret, every
Mm,
situation, every truth, every hurt, pain, offense. She know everything.
mm-hmm.
But no, it's I think it's a generational thing.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah,
think
because I'm sorry.
go ahead, Shan.
Because like maybe like 3, 5 years ago, there was a whole F love situation going on in social media of
Mm,
like younger people, and now like I feel like my generation is like, let's get the bag, let's get the money, let's find love. You know, like it's more that than like friendships and stuff like that, which is sad. Yeah. So I get what you're saying.
yeah. Yeah. No, you're welcome, Nubian and Holiday. Yeah, we gotta stop these narratives of it's okay to love your friends and hug them or whatever, no matter what gender they are, you are. Everybody's not jumping in the bed together and getting crazy. We're just strictly friends. And yeah, I have male friends. Never did a thing with them. 100% friends. And that's it. So
And,
anyway, go ahead.
that's why I was saying she want a man that mimics her best friend. Because everything that she said that she wanted mimics Oprah. So she want a man that fits her life just like her best friend.
She needed to add money to that list because
Yeah,
her
she
best
needed to
friend
add
got
money to
money.
that list. Yes, she did.
Her
Because
best friend
every
got
person that she
money.
said, yeah, she
Yeah,
want a person that mimics Oprah.
yeah. You know what? Because there's a lot of prayers I said to God, and I said, "Oh, I forgot to say this when the one that prayers answered." I'd be like, "Oh God, thank you," but I forgot to add X, Y, Z. We gotta be careful with the words, okay? Because, honey, that man was a whole hot mess. I'm not giving a man any money, and that's a point blank in a period. 2 months, I know you, and you got the nerve and the audacity to ask me for $4,000. Where's your family and friends?
Tyler Perry said we need to be happy if we get somebody to pay the lights.
Yeah, Tyler Perry, a hold. Don't get me worked up about him again, because this allegedly that Christian Keys got more than light bill money. But I'll carry on. All right, don't get me started with Tyler
Oh,
Perry,
come
but
on.
we'll
Come
carry
on.
on. And I'm going to say this: it's all about the Benjamins. It's all about the Benjamins. Oh, you said I had a bad experience with male friends too. You know, because some male friends they really want you. Now my male friends they don't want me. We just friends. Do you know what I mean? But you can have a bad experience if they really want you. That's a whole nother story. And I guess we can have, maybe that got to be a Saturday night conversation after dark. But anyway, let's
And
continue.
I love what you said. It's never too old to make a best friend, guys.
No,
And
it's not.
friends in general. I
That
love
is,
that.
I'm gonna talk to the people, Shan. And that's facts. Because a lot of times people think it's too late. I didn't meet my friend in high school. There's people that got friends from high school. There's people that got friends from college. I don't have that. It's never too late. God can always make whatever you want happen. It's never too late. I thank you, Shan, for repeating that. Now, babysitting duties. You know what's funny? The actors and the actresses, they want to get paid right by the studios, but it's funny when they get help, whether it be the cook, the security guard, the nanny, they don't want to pay them. Make that make sense. Come on now, Vanessa. It's never too late for anything. Look at me here. I tell you, you know, there's several reasons why I always say I'm my age. Because one, I thank God that I've been here this long. Thank God for every day that I wake up, I breathe, and I could do everything for myself. But two, to let anybody out there know, you can do what you want to do as long as you waking up and you still alive. There's people out there 90 getting their degrees, graduating with their children and their grandchildren. It's up to you. You got to live life. You got to live life. Listen, so, you know, I don't understand these people. They want the studios to pay them, but then when they get help, they want to treat the help like a runaway slave. And I don't understand it. Let's get into this right here, because these people right here, and I like this actor. I've seen him in a couple of things. I don't remember. I don't know who his wife is, but it's ironic. The wife looked like she could be his sister. Lakeith Stanfield and wife sued by travel nanny over alleged unpaid wages. So look at these two. I don't recognize really the wife, but I'm telling you, this picture, they look like they could be brother and sister, but they messy. So after Lakeith and his wife have been hit with a lawsuit from a travel nanny who claims she got stiffed a week after a week of work caring for the couple's infant child when they were visiting New York. So according to the complaint submitted by the Los Angeles County Superior Court, plaintiff Monica Sawyer agreed to take the job for $500 a day from October 31st to November 7th, 2023. On Halloween, Sawyer said that she traveled to the Big Apple to meet the couple at Greenwich Hotel and immediately got to work. Soon as she landed, they put her to work. I forgot what he played in, but y'all, I know him. I seen the stuff he's in. Shameful. He should be ashamed of himself, him and the wife. Sawyer said it soon became apparent to her that she had barely any time to eat, sleep, or shower, as she was constantly bombarded with additional tasks with fulfilling the wife's request that she sent updates every few hours. And have you lost your natural mind? Sawyer says she also asked for a 1-hour break to make a telemedicine call after they relocated to the Dominic Hotel on November 2nd, when she and the couple had adjoining rooms. While the wife did provide the 1-hour break, the plaintiff was met with aggression and attitude when she brought it up, per the complaint. Days later, Sawyer says she thanked twice via text for trusting their child in her care, but also made it clear she was exhausted and asked for 4 hours off a day. She just needed 4 hours. However, while on break, she was continuously messaged by the plaintiff requesting access to a room, giving detailed instruction of how to prepare the infant's bottles, and requesting that the plaintiff bring a prepared bottle to the defendant's room, the doc stated. The next day, Sawyer said something similar happened when she got downtime and went to dinner, but less than 15 minutes later, they messaged her to ensure that she would be brought, to be sure that the baby would be brought juice. So she had to break from dinner to call the hotel and have it delivered to their room. They messy. According to Sawyer, the final days of her role were met with just as much tension after she expressed that she didn't want to hold the child on their returning flight. She said Trice paid her a visit to demand an explanation, and Sawyer said she reiterated that seating the infant on her lap was a concern because it was a safety risk. Now, why couldn't their child sit on their lap? She also expressed her frustration for having an infant for 7 days straight with no breaks to use the restroom, eat, or even shower, per the lawsuit. According to Sawyer, she often did not take meal breaks on time and sometimes had to skip them altogether. They're crazy. Trice apparently brushed off her claims and said that's what travel nannies do, allegedly saying others she had employed never requested breaks. The plaintiff said that Trice canceled her flight and forced her to find her own transportation back to LA after the exchange. She gangster. Upon her return home, she sent them an invoice but claims to have never seen $1. Sawyer believes she was terminated for complaining about defendants' various wage and hour violations. Sawyer wants to be paid for the time she worked and for the defendants to cover attorney fees as well as the cost of the lawsuit. Of course, they didn't have no comment. Shame on this couple. Shame on them. It's all about the Benjamins, and they ain't want to pay the Benjamins. In my opinion, you're up.
They didn't want to be parents. They wanted somebody else to do their job for them. Shame on you, okay? And then how you gonna tell this woman to sit your in your lap? Man, you're supposed to be protecting your kids, not letting them sit in everybody's lap. That is so uncouth. I don't know where we getting these people from, but they trash. Throw them in the dumpster, set that thing on fire. No, I can't get jiggy with this. And then pay that lady her money. And how you not gonna give her a break? Every job requires that a person get a break. So, they're breaking all kind of laws over there. I don't know what they was doing, but yeah, they had the right one because I'd been left.
Listen, day one, I would have been done. Queen, yes. Yeah, I see a lot of parents sitting the babies on their lap, but the parents, we getting on a plane together. Your baby got to sit on my lap so y'all could be comfortable chilling, and I'm going to watch your baby even on a plane. Take your child and get out my face. Shan, you're up.
I mean, do you want a nanny or a maid or a butler? Like, you can't be everything at every moment. So I agree, in my opinion. Pay that girl her money. And Sass made a good point in the comment. Like, you're going to leave your baby with a travel nanny. So what I imagine is like somebody coming in from another state and then like you don't know them. You don't like really know them. You know what I mean? So I don't know. A mess. Pay that girl her money.
That part. Pay the girl her money.
People who have kids as ornaments rather than human beings is what this sounds like. And we wonder why is so many kids who do not read on grade level, who lack social skills, and start vaping and smoking weed at 8 years old. It starts at home. It's not something that just happens when they become teenagers. This starts early. What kind of mother is comfortable with another woman comforting their infant child on an airplane? Like, I know I'm a helicopter mom. I know that about me. But even if I could afford a full-time nanny, I would not feel comfortable with someone not only being in my house all day, every day, but before you know it, my baby might think that the nanny is the mom and I'm the nanny. Can you imagine only seeing your baby for 1 hour a day? And it's only because it's time to give the nanny a break. No, that's not right. It's called negligence. And it reminds me of, I was watching Underground not too long ago when the house slaves used to have to take care of the children and would have to breastfeed the master's kids and all kinds of stuff. Like, I don't understand these people. And I just really feel like they just wanted kids just to have it. I think this mother is totally disconnected from this baby. And if you want somebody to be with be with your child for that length of time, put them up for adoption and let them have a better life.
Yeah, this was a mess. This was a mess. Dustin, any thoughts, or you want me to skip you? Dr. Love?
I don't know who the lady is, but I don't think she read the room because that nanny, or not the nanny, but that wife would have had to pay me daily. After you told me I could not get a break, I can't do this, I can't do that.
Mm.
Okay, 24 hours times 500, whatever they was paying. You'd have had to pay me daily. And the day that you didn't pay me, I would have left. That's just, yeah, you, with all, how can you call all the demands, it does seem like that woman was going to pay her anyway. And it's a shame, but that's just what it seems like. So I feel bad for the nanny, but she should have read the room like day two. Run me my money. Mm,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
500, no, $500 a day. But yeah, she deserved $500 per hour. They was charging $500 a day for 24 hours. They done lost their mind. Then you don't even come and see about this baby and let me shower, sleep, or nothing.
That.
Felicia, you're up.
Oh my god.
Dr. Love said a word. She and I would have both been leaving.
Mm,
I would have been so clear. Listen, okay, so I can't eat, I can't sleep, I can't drink, I can't call, I can't text. I'm in New York City. I can't go look at nothing or see nothing because I'm held down by the kids. You're gonna pay me, and
yeah,
you're paying me up front. I'm not gonna be left stranded behind. I'm not gonna do business that way. I think how they probably attracted this so-called travel nanny is that they dangled that price in front of her. And
yeah.
she's thinking about the money and not the work. And I
Mm,
think sometimes we do that a lot. We don't think about what the labor, the energy is going to take to make that money. And she was traveling with these people, so she was sort of at their mercy, you to say. She had to trust that they were going to take good care of her, and they didn't. They failed to do that. So I hope that she wins her case in court. I hope she documented what she did for them, and
mm.
that they have to pay her, and they have to pay her punitive damages for what they've done to her. That wasn't fair. It was wrong what they did. It was wrong.
Wrong. Dead wrong.
And that photo of them, they looked like wrong people. I wouldn't have worked for them.
OMG.
Julius, you're up.
Run me my money. I had to take care of your child.
Mm.
Take time out of my life to take care of your child and rearrange my schedule. Run me my money. You can afford it. Run me my money.
I appreciate you. My screen shifted. E, you already went, right?
Yes.
Okay. Dr. Love?
I went also.
Okay. Katrina?
Okay, y'all. Don't get mad with me. I'm not being offensive, but is that her child? Cause she look like a man. But anyway, sometimes you have those what they call them, au pairs. They have the kids all the time, and they rarely even see the parents because the au pair will be with them all the time, like night and day. But yet still, if I'm with your child all that time, you still got to pay me, especially if I'm doing this for you so you could have a good time. So pay me for my time that I was being miserable. There's no other way around it. How you gonna tell me that I have to be with your child 24/7? Like I say, you do have a parent that does that, but I'm not finna do this for free. I mean, we barely want to be with your own kids for that limited time to be with somebody else, child. Child, please give me my money. That's all I got to say, y'all.
I appreciate you. Thank you. Tay, you're up.
You ain't gonna pay me because I'm watch your kids while you sit down in the plane, just sit relax, and I have to deal with it all day. What if I pass out? What if I can't get no food? And why I cannot get no sleep? I have to use all my energy to take care of your child. What if I have a family at home and you want me to reschedule my schedule for that too? No, ma'am, we ain't gonna do that. I will sue you. Run by my money. I don't play with my money. Where is my money? I want to pay my bills. Don't play with me with my money. I want my money now.
Go
Thank
ahead,
you.
gangster Tay Tay.
Well, Tay Tay, we know you. You would have at the end of day one got your $500. So
Go ahead, Tay Tay.
Tay Tay
okay,
gangster, baby. That's gangster Tay right there.
gangster. Okay, give me my money.
Don't
Listen, I'm sorry, Tay Tay. Listen. At the end, whoa, come on, whoa, come on. I need to find Gail King to loan me $4,000. You know what? Maybe they need to go to Gail King to pay the travel nanny. I mean, who does that? How do
Now,
you
Diva,
get a
you were wrong for that.
I'm just saying. She giving out loans. She giving out loans. My thing is, though, how do you allow somebody to do a service for you and then you're not going to pay them? Listen, I have paid people that pissed me off. I went ahead and paid them, and I handled it on the back end. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm not going to allow nobody to come and do a whole service. I have seen people, when I used to get my hair braided all the time, they will wait till the person finished braiding their hair and then complain. No, you knew you was trying to come in here and not pay at all. Why would you sit there and listen? These used to be 8-hour hairstyles all day. Why would you sit there, let somebody do all of that to your hair, then you get up talking about you don't like it and you're not going to pay? The girl I went to, though, was gangster. I went to her for years. She's still on 125th Street. She said, we're going to call the cops, but you're not leaving here without paying me my money. People are messy. You can't go get in a service and then you want to say, oh, I'm not paying. And you let somebody do it. That's dead wrong. They're messy. But they're going now they're going to pay more than what they owed her, because now they got to pay for lawyers. And when she wins, she wants them to pay her lawyer fees. See, you big dummy, you thought you was getting over. But I bet you this, that wasn't the first person they did it to. That wasn't the first nanny they did it to. It wasn't. Again, just my opinion. But you know what, y'all? This is all about the Benjamins. We're going to roll into this last story here, which is sad. It's disgusting. Right? Come on now, human nature. Said exactly. If you don't like it in the end, you still have to pay the $200. I agree. You got to pay the money. Why did you sit there the whole time? Like, I know when I'm getting my hair done, I'll stop somebody. I'm like, all right, no, this not going the way I want it. I don't even want to waste your time. You waste my time. Let's just stop this. No free states. Come on now. We ain't doing this. So we're going to roll into this last story, which is actually pretty sad and disgusting. The guy posed as a funeral director. But see, again, I think that some of us really have to learn and understand. And if you don't know, especially in this internet day and age when you can Google everything, why are you getting ripped off by people? And I know it's a vulnerable moment in your life, but you got to have a cousin or a friend of a friend or somebody that knows something to tell you that don't sound right. But I do know this. Sometimes people do get advice and they just don't listen. And that's how they end up where they end up. Now let's get into this last story. This man is disgusting. So let me just pause this for a minute. So this guy was posing as a funeral director, taking people money, not doing the right thing. Some of these family members don't even know if they have the right ashes. So one of the mothers said her son's body was bloated. The man posed as a funeral director, mortician, allegedly stole life insurance money of dead people. It's disgraceful.
And I'm Daniela Guzman. No funeral, no death certificate, no ashes. Tonight, that is what some families say they are dealing with after losing their loved ones.
Investigators say this man, Javon Major, posed as a funeral director. They believe there are more victims. KPRC2's Bryce Newberry has more on the scheme, all new at 10.
The investigation started 8 months ago. Tonight, 2 people have been arrested, and victims are still demanding justice because they say in some cases their loved ones' bodies were bloated and dark when they should have been embalmed.
My son got killed, and for him to come and take advantage of us, that's not right.
Anita Thomas is one.
I have never heard of anybody doing this, but this man needs to be buried under the jail.
Shuttamis Hicks is another, both united in grief, but caught in a scheme.
It turns my stomach because you're dealing with people at the most vulnerable time of their lives.
Investigators from Harris County Precinct 1 Constable Alan Rosen's office arrested 26-year-old Javon Major and 38-year-old Sandy Broussard, him for forgery and her for theft, after a tip from the Texas Funeral Commission. He posed as a licensed funeral director and mortician, investigators say. The pair forged signatures of beneficiaries and got life insurance money of dead people.
Funerals were supposed to take place, and there would be no funeral. Embalming was supposed to take place on some of these family members, and it didn't happen.
When I walked in and I looked at my son, his body was bloated. He was dark.
This victim says Major didn't embalm her son properly.
I had to run out to church because I couldn't deal with the smell.
And she still doesn't know if the ashes she's wearing are her own son's. In some cases, Rosen says Major would reach out to families.
When I say this man is a good talker, he can talk you down.
Claiming to be friends with the deceased. In others,
He got a suit on. He looking real nice. You know, he like, oh, this is my business card. Like, he got it all planned out just like a scammer does.
no matter how he did it, these alleged victims haven't been able to grieve appropriately and say he must be stopped.
I don't know. I cry. I can't believe it. And I just feel like if justice not served, then we've been failed.
Tonight, both Major and Broussard are out on bond, according to records, but the constable's office says this is an ongoing investigation and they want to hear from you if you may have been a victim as well. I'm Bryce Newberry, KPRC 2 News.
So Houston, 2 people have been arrested accused of a fraudulent Houston funeral business to forge signatures and steal thousands of dollars by allegedly obtaining the life insurance policies from the families of the deceased loved ones. Javon Majors is charged with forgery, with Sandy is charged with theft. Both are felonies. The Howard County Precinct 1 Constable Office said they, along with Texas Rangers, investigated the case after the Texas Funeral Service Commission received numerous complaints that the 2 were operating without a funeral business license. Allegedly, the duo conspired to forge beneficiary signatures, eliciting, obtaining life insurance funds, and stealing thousands. Some case report the disappearance of loved ones remains, the constable office wrote on a Facebook post. Multiple people claim they have been victimized by the 2. Authorities says the 2 were working together to scam the victims out of thousands. It turns my stomach because you're dealing with people at the most vulnerable time of their lives after they lost somebody that they loved and cared for. They also said, and for me, that's what makes this case so important. The victims, the families behind me are people that were taken advantage of. They were manipulated and they were completely snowballed, and fraud was committed against them. According to Rosen, Major would tell unsuspecting people that he was a funeral director to get their confidence and get them to send him money. He would eventually convince them to give him insurance policy information before allegedly forging signatures and documents and taking insurance money. He said many times the families were supposed to have funeral services done for their loved ones, and many times it did not happen. In many instances, people were supposed to get ashes of their loved ones, and to this day, some don't know if they got their actual loved one ashes. This man is the devil. And so is the chick that was with him. One of the victims of Majors said Major was able to get her sister life insurance policy by forging his future brother-in-law's signature on the document. When a family is grieving at their lowest point, this individual had the nerve to take advantage of us, he said. In some cases, the victim said their loved ones' bodies were not embalmed properly. When I walked in and looked at my son, his body was bloated. He was dark, one victim said. I had to run out to church because I couldn't deal with the smell. Still unsure if the ashes Major gave her belonged to her son, she said. The victims are all united in grief and being caught in a scheme. I never heard of anybody doing this. This man needs to be buried under the jail, another alleged. And while doing a press conference, in some cases, Rosa said Major would reach out to families and claim to be friends with the deceased. He was sick. When I say this man is a good talker, he can talk you down, an alleged victim said. In other cases, the alleged victim said he would approach people and present as a funeral director. He got a suit on. He looking real nice, you know. He's like, oh, this is my business card. Like, he'll get it all planned out just like a scammer does, an alleged victim said. Regardless of how he pulled it off, these alleged victims have not been able to grieve properly and say that he must be stopped. Listen, I attached this article to the description of this video. He's disgusting. In my opinion, what are your thoughts?
Listen here, there's a lot of scammers out there. Y'all check the Better Business Bureau. Y'all need to check the reviews and everything on these people. Don't let somebody get your money and scam you. There's some scammers out there in every genre trying to scam you. They don't want to work. They just want to scam people. I don't know where these people come from. You know, I don't like it, but it's scammers out there. Y'all please be careful when y'all doing it. Go to a reputable business. Saving money ain't always the best thing.
That part right there. That part right there, saving money, right, is not always the best thing. E, you're up.
Well, Texas Penal Code 428, negligent mishandling and abuse of a corpse, all of those are crimes and they're state jail felonies. And insurance fraud is a 3rd-degree felony. So I hope they get him. But when you first played that video and it said no funeral, no death certificate, possibly no ashes, not only are you violating and wreaking havoc in the physical world, but also you're tampering in the spiritual world. To me, that's something very, very serious when you're supposed to be embalming someone and you're doing something different because now there's smells going on. You're giving things to people's family and they don't even know if those are the ashes or not. To me, that's disturbing to another level. And that does come with consequences because you don't know whose family you are upsetting. And sometimes, I don't want to use that quote. I refuse to use that quote. I'm just going to move on from there. I just really feel like this is disturbing on all levels. And the fact that, like that woman said, you could victimize me all over again. My son was M'd and I'm coming to you and this is supposed to be like a going home celebration and you've M'd him all over again in a sense. Do you get what I'm saying, Diva?
Yeah.
Like something must be done. And here we go again where there are people who are left as victims and it's almost like you can't trust anybody. We just got finished talking about best friends. It's hard for people to trust when we're constantly being told, trust no one, use the internet, look up everyone. It's that this should not be the natural reflex when Black families are turning to someone who is also Black for a service of this kind.
Right.
It's nothing positive about it.
No, I agree with you. And I know where you're going with that. It's a shame that before we do something, we got to look it up. We got to triple check. We got to ask people, do you know this one? Do you know that one? It doesn't make sense. I just want to play another piece for y'all. 1 second.
Funeral scams on people who were grieving have a list of alleged victims just about as long as their criminal histories. Fox 26's Dominic Keith joining us live after speaking with a longtime Houston funeral director who says she too encountered this pair before they were arrested.
Yeah, licensed funeral director Christy Bob has held that title for nearly 30 years. So she says when an up-and-comer in the industry turned to her for tips, she gladly gave them. But she says she was stunned when that young lady ended up arrested and charged in connection with defrauding families and funeral scams.
For anyone to play on the emotions of a family that is grieving, you have to be some type of sick.
But that's exactly what detectives say Javion Major and Sandy Broussard did over and over again, allegedly running a funeral business unlicensed and stealing money from families. Both Major and Broussard have long criminal histories. Some families who saw their funeral directors on the news for fraud and for funerals and embalmings that never happened have reached out to longtime licensed Houston funeral director Christy Bob with Elite Life Celebrations for help.
Being a professional over 28 years in the industry, this is something that I thought I would never hear.
Bob says one woman whose son was supposed to be cremated and his service was held in December still hasn't received his remains, and the mom isn't sure where his body is.
We did find out where he was located, but upon finding that out, he hadn't been cremated.
Bob says these are some things that may tell you to choose a different funeral home.
If you never go to the funeral home, you might want to think about that. That's number one. There's nothing wrong with Cash App if it's in the business name. But if it is to that person, that's a red flag. This is a consumer brochure by the Texas Funeral Service Commission. In every establishment, you should have this posted in your lobby.
She says a general price list should also be available, and don't do business if you don't receive an invoice with itemized funeral costs the same or next day.
They'll go to a website for everything else, but they never check out the funeral establishment. Check them out.
And part of that research she suggests should be to make sure you go to the Texas Funeral Commission website to make sure your funeral director has a license. Now, Bob says she has since received so many phone calls about what are the red flags to look for. She's planning to hold a free seminar to answer all of those questions. Reporting live, I'm Damalie Keith, Fox 26 News.
God bless her for holding a free seminar to help the people so that nobody would perhaps may get scammed again. They're disgusting and got a whole long rap sheet. Katrina, you're up.
Yeah, that really just take me out. That's wrong on so many levels. Reason why, and I know they made bank off of those people's life insurance. Because when my mom died, I'm just gonna share this story real quick. My mom died in Maryland. To get her body back here, I had to pay $2,000 with her insurance, $2,000. Then to bury her above my sister, that was another $2,300. Then her funeral costs, casket costs, and all that. All in all, I end up, her insurance paid out $14,000. And on the way to her funeral, we have a DBI. It was just luckily that none of my family members got killed. And it wasn't even a funeral that they were supposed to be pow-powing at. We was the wrong funeral. And I say that because you already grieving, you already going through so much stress. You at your last limit. You don't know if you want to be on this earth or not if that person is not there. And then to have this to happen. And then the thing with them is, how in the world did y'all let these people set up y'all funeral arrangements when you supposed to go there, you supposed to walk through, you supposed to see the casket, you supposed to see is anybody else body up in there. You just can't, you got to go, like she said, you got to go check these things out to make sure that these people are doing exactly what they need to be doing, because you already grieving at that point. You're not thinking clearly. So you go in there to make sure that everything is done, and to have somebody to just take your money and just do whatever they want to do with your family member's body, not embalming them. And then, like you said, a mortician have a certain look. He don't even look like a mortician. He look like he should be working at McDonald's, or he ain't ate the burgers one. But the thing of is, it's heartbreaking. And I know what I went through, with my mom or whatsoever. I know what I went through. And to have somebody to do that to a person that's already grieving, I mean, you're going through so much already. You're going through so much already. You're going through so many changes. You're going through this. You got to deal with that. You have to. It's just so much, and then just be taken advantage of. And then you giving people something, probably even ashes. It's probably something he had some wood burning and just throw some ashes in a little thing to give to that person. That's awful. That's totally awful. And I think by them not just go, they don't need to just go to jail. They need to make them go out there and find what they did with these people's bodies, because I guarantee you they buried them somewhere. They didn't cremate these people or gave no funeral. They buried these people somewhere. They got a boneyard somewhere out there. But I feel sorry for the families. I hope they get their retribution. I hope they come full circle. And maybe somebody should do. Well, I don't have that in my heart. But anyway, that's all I got to say, y'all. That's it.
Appreciate that. Felicia, I'm coming to you. Just give me 1 second. He did get out on bond.
Of grieving families while operating an unlicensed funeral business are both free from jail tonight on unusually low bonds.
Fox 26's Randy Wallace joining us now with the latest in this ongoing series.
Yeah, Anthony. Now, the pair made headlines last week when Precinct 1 Constable Alan Rosen announced the results of an 8-month investigation. Even though more victims are coming forward, the two spent almost no time in jail.
This individual had the nerve to take advantage of us.
Dozens of people say they were victims of 26-year-old Javian Major and 38-year-old Sandy Broussard. The pair is accused of operating an unlicensed funeral business, stealing life insurance funds, charging for funerals and embalmings that didn't happen, and mishandling bodies.
She's been living with someone ashes for months that she thought was her loved one.
His body was warm. It was not cold. When I walked in and I looked at my son, his body was bloated.
We're charged with protecting Texas consumers in the funeral service industry. And these are very, very concerning allegations.
Mr. Major, we had to go and physically find him.
Major has a lengthy criminal history and a track record of skipping out on bond.
Every time he was charged and out on bond, he forfeited his bond. Every single one. He had 7 bond forfeitures.
Yet 262nd Criminal District Court Judge Lori Chambers Gray set Major's bond at just $10,000.
This is very concerning.
He was in and out before you blinked.
A guy like this should probably not have been let out of jail. Historically, I would say that for violent offenders, but this is just bad. It's just bad.
Get this. Major's alleged accomplice, Sandy Broussard, got a PR bond or get out of jail free card from Magistrate Renette Franklin, even though she has 7 felony convictions and is on parole until the year 2040.
Oh my God.
It's sad. And again, if I had all these victims that we have and involved in all these cases, they would be just as upset, just as hurt.
How do you justify giving an 11-time convicted felon who's on parole until 2040 a PR bond?
It's not known if the parole board plans to file a blue warrant against Broussard. She obviously violated her parole conditions by picking up new felony theft charges. Randy Wallace, Fox 26 News.
Did y'all hear that? 2040.
Whoa.
2040.
That's a long time, Diva. That's an awful long time.
And she got out on bond. And I mean, I don't want to do this to y'all, but not for nothing. But Jonathan Major, go ahead, Felicia, because
they need to revoke her bond and put her back in there for them 16 years.
Come on, right. I cannot. Felicia, you're up.
First, I want to give my condolences to all the families who've been violated in this way. I remind everyone that there's predators everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
They are everywhere.
Mm.
And you have to be mindful of that, even when you're grieving, particularly when you're grieving.
Yeah.
Historically, these funeral homes, you know, the prices go up and up and up, and you know, the family ends up asking, can you put in, can you give, can you do this, can you do that? And it can become an emotional thing that becomes almost negative because there's conflict. Who has, who doesn't have, these things are unfortunate. I feel very bad for these families. Sounds to me like the state of Texas needs to really step up and get those people back in the jail. I don't care if one is 26, the other one's 38. They need to be stopped. They probably go from state to state or county to county or whatever. And Texas is a huge state and do what they do.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Opinion gave great advice. Do your research. And if you can't, you get somebody who's not so emotionally connected and have them do it to give you the data, give you the facts on what things cost, where you can go, what you can expect. Again, my condolences to these families. Really sorry.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Felicia. My screen is just going all over the place. Dr. Love, did you speak?
No, not yet.
Okay, you go. Mm-hmm.
That my first question was where's these bodies? That's what I was thinking. Also, because it looked like they had some type of funeral home they was operating out of. Um, so I could see how people could have been easily tricked or misled because it looked like some red building they were operating out of. But my question would be, where is these bodies before they, got out of jail? They should have got that information from them. Like, what did you guys do with these bodies? Are you guys hooked up with a graveyard, like, or somebody that worked there? But it's really sad that someone will play with life and God like that. That's just my thing. It go, as someone else said, it goes past the law, you know. And then to say he only had a $10,000 bond. Oh, that was crazy. And her bond must have been super low, or you could use anything for bond now. You could use a shoe if you like. So I just don't believe these bonds are this low. Um, I don't believe somebody could. I didn't think somebody could be on parole for what's that, 20, 30 years? That's crazy.
I never heard of it in my life. To 2040?
Right. That's like, oh my goodness. And then that these two skip out. They'll be lucky if they see them two again. That's where I'm at till they do their next crime. Because you got 11 pictures of the girl. You say the guy never comes to court either. Like, they'll be lucky if they see these two again. And it's not right to the families. Because my first thing would have been, tell them to tell me where my loved one's body is at. That would have been my first thing.
You know what, Felicia, I was thinking, thank you, Dr. Love. I was thinking that too. Who released these bodies to these fools?
The
That's just what I was
hospitals
going
and
to say, Diva.
morgues.
Who released them? But you know what though? They didn't care. They didn't care. They didn't care. Oh, you here to take the body? To go ahead, take it. Obviously, they didn't care. It's very sad. I don't know where I'm at. Katrina, did you speak? You spoke?
Yeah, I spoke already, y'all.
Tay, did you speak?
No, ma'am, I did not.
Go ahead.
You skipped me, Diva.
Your mic, somebody's mic is. Go ahead. I think your mic, Tay.
These
Tay,
two are.
go ahead. Tay, I'm going you to fix your mic. I'll come back to you. Okay. Dustin, you're up.
This whole situation is very sad, and I just want to say, it's very sad and very emotional, and it's just, I think they shouldn't have been able to be let out of jail. I think the woman should have been left there, and it's a very long time for them to be put on parole. I have never seen that along with a parole, but so that it's just that's just very sad and very sickening to me, and I hope you learn your lesson.
Yeah, it's very sad. Whew. Tay, you ready? Go ahead.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. It's just that your mic is making a lot of noise. Yeah, it's bad. I gotta come back to you again. It's bad. Julius, you're up.
My heart breaks for the. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
My heart breaks for the family. The families, excuse me. There's a special kind of karma coming to these fools. You know, they're just out on bond right now, but there is a special kind of karma coming to these fools. And that's it.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Julius.
And then another thing, Diva, what I don't understand is you can kill a dog and get 10 years, but these folks out here running free. I know a guy got locked up for setting a dog on fire. He got 10 years. And you got these people free?
You speak
Be
in
for
facts.
real.
You speak in facts there, right? You speak in facts. Yeah. It wasn't it was a football player or somebody that did time over the dog fighting.
You talking about what's his name? Gosh, I know who you talking about. He's in Miami.
Michael Vick.
Michael Vick. Yeah.
Yep, did time. Whew.
Yeah.
Okay, who did I skip?
Me.
Tay-Tay.
Okay, Tay-Tay got mic issues. I'm gonna come back to you again, Tay-Tay. Give me a minute. Go ahead, Wayne.
Yeah. Now, this is a new kind of greed.
Yeah.
This is just a new kind of greed. But you know what? I think some public official or some other officials are in on this. How do you go to a hospital? You got to have some kind of ID. It has to be some kind of protocol when you're receiving the body from the hospital. They're releasing it to you. You know, I mean, so I think somebody getting paid off. I think they didn't care. This is probably in a black area. They probably didn't care because they talked about the money. She got the insurance policies.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, how do you get through all of this? Go through all these systems, these, I would say checks and balances. How do you do this and then swoon somebody over? I mean, is there a professional setting? I mean, I haven't actually myself gone to help, to plan a funeral or whatever, but I would like to think there's a sit down, there's a go over the prices, a viewing of the body. I mean, none of this makes sense. I mean, the first time it would have happened, you would have thought somebody would have like been on Yelp or someplace, yelling to the hills, this place is bad.
Right. Google.
And then Google it. And then they get these kind of the girl had been she's had like 5 felonies or whatever. Other guy, he never on all the bonds, he doesn't show up. How are these people getting through the system? It's some foul play here other than them. Somebody's getting paid. They paying somebody off. That's the only way I can see this, because this doesn't, I mean, the ladies, they're doing something now. They're in the news. But, I'd be screaming to the hills. You go in there and the body is bloated. I mean, you can smell the body. Funerals aren't like that,
I wonder where they stealing the organs and selling them.
Selling the organs of a dead body ain't gonna get you nowhere.
I'm saying, but people don't know if they're dead, though. You know what I'm saying?
No, but they have to take those organs out the body once you die. Now,
but I'm saying if they're at the funeral home, they can get those organs out their bodies. And it's the same thing this man was doing. Remember, he was taking.
Those organs are no good. When you gonna kill somebody?
Yeah.
They don't know that, though. That's the whole point.
I know, but you go sell a heart. You gonna know if you gonna put the heart in somebody else's heart.
Listen, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Katrina,
this
you
one
just
guy.
go way off the chart.
You remember this one man? He was taking the people bones out of their bodies and putting rods in their body. He
Yeah,
was
and
taking the bones out and he was sticking rods in the people's bodies.
right, and those people, there were two people that were coming up with the same kind of disease, and the common factor was that guy. He was some kind of scientist or whatever, and he was taking the bone marrow or whatever from the deceased people, and they were putting it in these other people. That's how they got these diseases. And that guy, he got a lot of time for that. Yeah, but organs would be a lot different. I mean, if the heart got to be beating for it to be used.
Yeah, sure does.
We don't think they had a hospital hookup. Now that's a bit much.
No, but see, here's the thing though. To get the body released to you, that's why I'm leaning with you, Wayne. To get the body released to you, unless this thing is more widespread than we know of, to get that body released to you, you got to have the proper documents and everything like that. I can't go to the hospital and be like, give me the body of my loved one.
No, they can release the body if the family members say this the funeral home I want to go with. Once, like with my mom, once they say this the funeral home that they want to go with, that funeral home shows up and release the body. The only thing they're gonna have to put on
But
there
that
is when the
funeral
person.
home has to come with the proper documents for that body to
Yeah,
be
but I'm saying
released.
that. But that's what I'm saying. But with
My mama body did not get released from that hospital until they had the right documents. They actually had to come back to me and my daddy and tell us they didn't have something that they needed to get her body released. So they have
when I
to
worked
have
in
the
the
right
nursing home, only thing we had to do was sign with the parent, with the family member saying where they want their bodies to go. The funeral home came in. The doctor signed out saying that this person was deceased. And when the funeral home came to pick up the body, we released the body to that funeral home. They didn't have no documentation whatsoever. The only thing they had was this is the funeral home the family member said they wanted their parents to go to. And when the funeral home came up, we just signed the release form and everything from the doctor saying this is where, with the doctor saying when this person died from natural causes and all that. And once they came to the funeral home picked them up. And then after that, but go ahead, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna move on. Somebody is giving feedback. Let me just make sure everybody. I'm gonna move on. I worked in a hospital. What we're trying to say to you is that even though you saying the parts that you did, we're telling you that the funeral home still has to show the proper paperwork. When they get that body. Now there's some funeral homes that is known at certain hospitals. Oh, this
Yeah, that's true.
That's true. You so and so brother funeral home. They know that funeral home and they know the people because certain people come and pick up the bodies. It's usually they don't have everybody in the funeral home don't be coming to pick up the body. No, it's certain people that come and pick up the bodies, and those certain people are known in most funeral homes. I mean, in most hospitals, if that's where they're picking up the body from. And sometimes the funeral home, it all depends. If the person is known and maybe they home or hospice or whatever, the funeral home, after the people, the coroner and all of them come and declare, yes, this person died, we know they had a known disease or whatever, then the funeral home can even get that body up from your home. Come on, Special K, you know the funeral homes by name. So now if this random person come, you like, what funeral home are you?
I think they have the proper ID.
Yeah, they got they gotta show they know. They said, and listen, in one town, Newark, New Jersey, is Perry's Funeral Home, which a lot of people use. There's the funeral homes are known. It's not like there's an abundance around. Most people they go to the same funeral homes. But anyway, I carry on. Yeah, you're right, Diva. We had a friend, he was the only person to pick up the body. Yeah, everybody ain't coming to pick up the bodies. No, they're not.
Yeah. It's a lot of money involved. It's a lot of money involved in insurance policies, and folks are getting paid. And folks get paid, they turn the other, look the other way.
But like you said, you know what, Wayne, that thing is way deeper. How this woman, you on probation to 2040 and you get to walk out? You get to leave. You violated your probation. What the heck is going on here? So they both had charges for days and they both walking free right now. It doesn't make sense. And I also think there's a law about mishandling a corpse. There should be charges on that too, because they obviously mishandled the corpse. And where were they putting these bodies? And even if they tried to embalm them, what was they doing? The mother said her son, the smell was so bad, she had to leave the church. I'm surprised the church didn't say anything. They know what, come on, nobody ever smelled when they came in the body for the funeral. Tay, you're up, and then I'm about to close out. This is very strange.
Can you hear me now, Diva?
Yes.
Okay, I don't know what happened. Something's fishy. Something ain't right. And there's like a red flag. Can't trust nobody around here. Something is wrong with that picture. I agree with everybody because I would check the background. How long you been the president? How long you been the bail? Do you skip parole? And how much you get paid? And how you know where's the body at? That make you good. That make you think right there. Do you got a license? That's all, Diva.
All right, I appreciate you. Thank you. Listen, guys, we're gonna go ahead and move on. This was all about the Benjamins. And I mean, these people, I mean, just I've never seen anything this evil. That you really want to scam people out of their money this bad that you're going to go so low as to get people in their weakest moment, and that's when you're scamming them. Now I'm going to go ahead and show this feel good story. It was not the one I had planned because I don't know what happened to my story, but it's okay. We're going to look at this one. Got to neutralize this situation. I saw that one before. And I just, things like that, I don't think it's a chance. I think it's an intervention by God. I mean, imagine her convincing them, please go look for this perfect stranger that I only ran into once. Beautiful story. Yes, a sweet story. Emmanuel, you came in the building late. Anything you want to say really quickly?
Oh, no, you're fine, Diva.
Okay. Listen, guys, I appreciate y'all for being here. Listen, if you didn't hit the like button coming in, hit the like button going out. I want to thank y'all for being here, and I'll see y'all next time. Tomorrow night, actually, it came really quick. Tomorrow night is Diva's Court. Tomorrow's night is Diva's Court. Where's my gavel? And let me tell you something.
As the court reporter of record,
It'd be a lot of disrespect.
Be on your best behavior.
But we will not get disrespected tomorrow, okay? It's Diva's Court. I got my gavel. We got rules. We're picking a jury.
Is Felicia going to be the foreman? Is Felicia going to be the foreman?
Felicia is the lawyer.
And as the court of record chat, if you have any...
Come on now, Savannah. Oh, shoot. Come on now, Savannah. She said she reporting for jury duty.
Yes, Savannah.
If you have any
You've been
way to go, Savannah.
Yes, Savannah. I'm glad you responded to your summons for jury duty. We appreciate you, okay? Wait, is there security so no one jumps the bench? Let me tell you, I got my bailiff. In my opinion, it's my bailiff, and nobody gonna jump the bench and come for the Diva. We will not have it, okay? Court is tomorrow, and y'all will learn the case tomorrow during court time, and we'll be very serious. We're interviewing about 10 jurors, but we're only picking 5. 2 are going to be picked by each lawyer team, and then 1 is going to be picked by the subscribers. You better be ready because tomorrow night is going to be epic, okay? And listen, just so you know this, if the jury don't get the verdict right, the judge will. This is Diva's Court tomorrow night, people. Be here. Be in the building. It's going to be a subscribers only moment. So anybody can watch, but you ain't going to be able to make no comment unless you're a subscriber because we're getting 100K over here in this world. That's right. Diva's Court. where the verdict is final. We got real lawyers on the case. We got some paralegals too coming through. The paralegals will be in the building because they matter. Paralegals matter. And so, before we close out really quickly, let me just say this. I do have a couple of the lawyers in the building. The lead lawyers, the lead counsels are in the building. And we got a co-counsel in the building. Felicia, would you like to say anything to the people about tomorrow night?
We're looking forward to presenting the case, and we're very confident that righteousness will prevail.
Oh, shoot. Emmanuel is the prosecution. Is there anything you'd like to say to the people about tomorrow night? Okay.
I echo that statement. We are ready. We're prepared. We want everyone to be prepared because we are going to put a case that is going to be a lot. And law and order will prevail.
Oh, shoot.
Emmanuel, you going down tomorrow.
Law and order will prevail. The co-counsel's in the building. Felicia's co-counsel is in the building. Co-counsel Katrina, would you have anything you'd like to say?
I'm just echoing my co-counselor. We got this thing on lock, and we will bring our case tomorrow, and hopefully we will prevail. I take that hopefully back. We will prevail. We will do what we got to do, and we will show our stuff tomorrow.
Okay now. Their paralegal is actually in the building. Tay, with any words for tomorrow?
I say, Emmanuel, you going down tomorrow. Bring it on.
Oh, shoot. Bring it on. And listen, I have my esteemed Belliff in the building who has been working by my side for decades, y'all. Okay, that's how long me and my Belliff go back. And she will make sure that nobody jumps the bench and comes for the judge. We're not having it. We're going to have
there will be order in the Divas court.
Come on, talk to the people, in my opinion. She said there will be order in the court. In my opinion, Isabella, and we got this thing on lock. Go ahead, talk to the people in my opinion.
Don't make me have to lock you up neither, okay? I'm locked and loaded.
Oh, shoot. And you
we ain't like the bailiff in Las Vegas, okay? It won't be no jumping of the bench, okay? Y'all will not be over talking the judge when she says y'all need to come to order. Y'all better come to order.
Come on now. I appreciate you. Wayne, are you a potential juror?
I sure am.
Are you looking forward to jury duty tomorrow?
I sure am. I have to serve my civic duty.
All right.
It's my duty.
You don't have my dog. You can't get in
tomorrow in the chat. If you have any questions, point them to me. I will show them to the judge.
Listen, court is 8 p.m. sharp Eastern Standard Time. You heard the juror. He's going to do his civic duty. Some of y'all need to stand up and do that so the people can have a jury of their peers. We appreciate you, Wayne.
What about our court reporter who's on the street?
Oh, sorry. That's right. This is perfect. Our court reporter is in the building. Is there anything you like to say, court reporter?
Yes, chat. Mm-hmm. Any questions for the judge? Direct them to me.
Come on, you can tell the people.
And I will let both the defense and the prosecution know your questions as well, but they have to go directly to me.
You better tell the people, Julius.
Because if not, I will skip your question.
This court gonna be so good, it should be on C-SPAN.
Special K is out there.
If the questions don't come through you,
that's what I'm saying. This court gonna be so good, it should be on C-SPAN. I'm telling you.
He said if the questions don't come through him, they will get ignored because he's the court reporter. Not skip a question. That's what he said. Come on now, clutching the pearls. But listen, girl, be with us tomorrow night. The judge will be in the building, and the judge is me, Judge Diva. And you heard from the people that's going to be part of this case tomorrow, and we appreciate it if y'all be on time. because we're closing the courtroom doors at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The
Do
door
not be late and no talking in the gallery.
That part. The door is closed. The door will be closed. Listen, guys, I love y'all. Good night. Goodbye.
Good night.
Hit that like button.
Good night.
Do not cheat the devil.